Hey everybody, I am using a different tripod. It's this right here. I don't know how well it's going to do because my other one bit the dust. The plastic right here cracked and it doesn't look like it's too bad. I could probably glue it because the other one gives me a height advantage for looking down on things like this. So hopefully this will work for smaller action figures though. So anyway, all that aside, I know you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited you told me that. I know. I don't know why I always cut these things instead of just rip them open. So here is another one of these Transformers Blokees you keep seeing me get. I love these things, and right now I'm on a budget, so I've always been on a budget, but super budget now, until I can know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, my dad's gonna be okay. But anyway, what we have here, in case you have never seen a Blokees before, it's a model kit that you put together, but it's not one of these complicated model kits. No glue involved. I had a person ask me, oh, what's the point of these? They should pay you to put them together. I was like, no, actually, that's the fun part. I guess, you know, some people don't put together model kits. I've always liked putting together model kits, which is what rarely Lego are. If you think about it, I mean, you can see in the background, two of the Lego vehicles I've recently put together. We're going to be on Wheels Wednesday / Lego at lunchtime. Oh, we got Bumblebee. I forgot I was going to do the other one first. I was just yammering away. Bumblebee's actually my least favorite of this line. What'd you say? No, shh, you can't hear yet. Just because his feet are so weird. I guess this is a stupid reason, but it really is. It's just his feet are so weird. I like to usually rip this open first and guess at who's going to be in here. But it's also going to be hot. I just wanted to check out this thing to see if it works. So I would have been like gray hands. I have no idea because there's a lot of them with gray hands. Only a few had like blue hands, which is Death Sorrow or whatever his name is. I keep want to say Death Swords. Gray stand. They don't have anything on the stand. But this is B-127 or B-127. I don't know how they get Bumblebee out of that. All right, so anyway, that's the little pocket it comes with. You got all the pieces you're going to need. The only thing is that with this tripod, let me see if I can see it goes like clickety click click. So it's going from this to this. There's no, I guess I could do that, but then I don't know. That's just weird to me. Let me click back up one time. So I don't know. Let me know which way's better. I don't like it when it clicks like that. I mean, that may make it's going to be a good tripod and not break down so easily, but they all break down. I need one that is Tonka tough. All right. So the first thing I like to do is to build the legs. Because everyone's crazy about it. No, that's a different one. She's got legs. That's the song I was trying to go for. These are really weird. They're backwards of what I'm used to. I'm used to, like, I thought that would be like the top to bottom, but no. It's the other way around, so it's a really weird one. How weird is Bumblebee? Okay, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what is so weird about him? His legs are so different already. There's a thing that probably goes in front of him because usually you don't have that much gappage in. Oh, it's his feet. They're just really big. All right, so his feet also, they're not left or right. Like, if you get the original Blokees, like Series 1 through 4, there is a Bumblebee in that, and there is definitely a right and a left foot. The reason there is a right and a left foot is because it's a, you could tell it's the front of the car in alt mode. So, unlike the other feet, you do have to put these together. See, that's what I'm saying. It looks like a snail, doesn't it? That's why I like, it's too weird. All right, there's no left or right foot on him, though. Like, pop up. So when you put the clear piece in, you don't have to slide it all the way in, just slide it in half the way. And then when you click it, like when you put the ball part on, I heard one click. I need to hear 2 clicks. Otherwise, I'm not satisfied. There, I heard the other click. It's still not the tightest. But now, to put the knees in, the knees and the elbows are exactly the same. You just need to establish what's the difference between the femur and the, I don't know, the bicep, tricep area. They look almost exactly the same. But obviously the arm is smaller than the femur. The femur is the largest bone in the human body. Now in the robot body, obviously this is actually bigger. And that's just the style. Now, it doesn't matter if you put the triangle at the top or the rectangle at the bottom. It's not even an issue with Series 1 through 4. But I would definitely put it in this part first and then put it down in there. And then also make sure that round part's on the back side. Because if you don't, number one, it's not going to go in there, I found out. I tried to just show people what I'm talking about. It needs to bend. That's where it bends at. And again, the left leg, the right leg, they're the same thing. Where is the other ones at? All right, so I just like putting the triangles going toward the body. I may have changed my view on that one since I started doing this because I don't know. I'm just not used to that, but it's okay. It's a little bit, it makes it a little bit easier. Anybody can build these. Anybody. I bet even your grandchildren can build these, and your children can build these, which most of my viewers are my age, and a lot of them are actually older than me. So, yeah, most of my viewers are right around my age. That's awesome. All right, so we got that on right there. Now we can put the crotch plates on, and I should have put it on first because I usually like to talk about how one of them's painted and the other one's not. The front one's painted. The back one is not. I didn't want to draw attention to his butt. But anyway, no, seriously, on the original ones, there was not always a one's painted, one's not. Most of the time, they weren't even painted. His chest, I'm going to put the legs to the side. His chest, this is the front, this is the back. You have to put these on first on most of them, except I think Optimus Prime and maybe Megatron. Make sure those little dots go back and forth like this, and that its top, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So make sure the dots are going front and back, and that's the main thing, because when you stick it into the next part, there's a back and a front. You can put either one on you want to first. I just naturally put the back on first. See the little grooves right there on the side? Those little like dots right there need to go in the grooves so you can get most the best function out of this. That's the only hard part about this, and it's not that hard. You just got to make sure it doesn't do it. The first few times I did, I thought it'd be too easy. It's not super easy. Like, you can't just like throw it on there. Sometimes you got to make sure they're lined up, and then just squeeze. And then just don't try to force it. If it isn't going to go, then just realign it. And then once it is on, it will go on. If you have it out of alignment, it won't go on, and it should go up and down comfortably. Like, in other words, he's going to have shrugging shoulders, like up, down. All right, then the chest is ready to put onto the legs. Now the arms. Now the original arms, there was this hole, and it was either, some people debated whether it goes out or in. I had on the outside because it always was out for Megatron, so why would it not be out for everybody else? Plus, the original ones came with these little things you plugged in, and I pretend like they're communicators. I don't know if that's what they really were. So we got the upper arm. We got the joints right here. Just make sure before you decide which one's left and which one's right, check any paint on these, and there's just not on most of them. And then check any paint on these, and there's just not most of them. I'm just telling you right now. All right, when you stick them in, make sure that the rounded part's facing out, and click. And then again, always stick it onto the upper body parts before you stick it down into the groove, because it's a lot easier, trust me. And you don't have to press it all the way in. I was about to press it all the way in. I was like, you know what, I'm going to show you. You don't have to press it all the way in. Put it down in there, and then pop up. See how that pop up sounds? I love the pop up. It's my pop up. All right, so it doesn't matter which one's left or right on this arm. All right, so I'm just going to put it onto the ball in the groove, and then turn his arm forward. Right now he's in monkey curl mode. And you're just going to turn the ball forward, or the arm forward. And then I always choose the hands with the fist. Just growing up, Shogun Warriors never had open hands. I just grew up. My first robots that I can remember were even before R2-D2 and C-3PO. They were Shogun Warriors, and they always had these fists like this. Sometimes they were open-fisted, sometimes they weren't, but they had open fists. You knew you had a weapon like a sword or a battle axe or whatever. All right, let's get all the pieces up here, except for the hands. I don't talk to the hands. I don't understand. Also, you get an extra one of these in case you break one for some reason. The shoulder pads will be the next thing. Just check anything on the shoulder pads that may say one's left and one's right. Like, it may have an Autobot symbol on this side, or, on the front. You want your Autobot symbols to go forward. This is where I'm a little confused, because I'm so used to them originally going down. Like, originally I would do like this on it, because that's the way the original ones were, but I guess they changed it. There, pop up. And there's two grooves, but that second groove is what confuses me. That's just for the thing. It's the top groove. Pop up. There's a lot of pop up going on. They should call these pop ups. All right, here's probably the hardest part for most people. Let me go and put his gun in his hand. Here's his blaster. All right, so this is probably the hardest part for some people. Now, I like the shoulders the hardest part for me. See his eyes? He needs eyes. So this is going to go in there. Make sure that the open part goes on the bottom. It's going to go on the neck knob, the neck thing. Push it all the way in. Then I would use the back plate next. Push it into the back plate. All right, make sure it's lined up. Maybe I should have done the front plate, but whatever. as long as it squeezes together. The only ones I had a hard time squeezing together, and that includes the second ones I got, were Hound and Ironhide, and they're technically the same body mold. There's Hound, there's Ironhide. They're basically the same, just recolors and slight retoolings. And then that head goes on the top. Now, when they do light up versions, the reason the eyes are a separate piece instead of painted on like the very, very first ones, if you get Series 1, they're painted on faces. And then they decided, you know what, we should make these light up. So that's why they got the clear neck knobs on the original ones, including Series 1, actually. And there was a battery and a light, battery and an LED light. And it would shine through the eyes and the chest and whatever else they wanted to illuminate. So these are fantastic figures. They have articulation like nothing else. I love them. I love building with them. A lot of fun. Here is him beside a Donatello from the good 20, I think it was 2012, wasn't it? This is personally my favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figure line. People see he's really close to Mikey's size. I just love this line. I think it's a good balance between the cute little cartoony versions from the 80s, which I did not like when they came out, and the original comic book version, which was really cool, which I liked. I mean, it just looks like the original ones, and the original 2 series, I guess you could say the kiddie version on cartoons and the comic books meshed together. But we're not here for turtles. That's a Thursday topic. But I just want to give you some size comparison. Another guy I got over here. He's jawsome. So he's kind of fitting with those. And you might say, wasn't he 1/18 scale? Technically, no. He's 4 inches tall, yes. But technically, they are bigger. But you can fit them in with your G.I. Joes if you want to pretend like for some reason they did the Robotech thing where the Zendrati shrunk down to Macronian size, which is what they call us humans. But yeah, I freaking love these. They're such amazing things. You're saying, wait a minute, why are you getting a second set? You already got these. Well, to be honest with you, I want to get a second set so that whenever the time comes and my dad's finally safely, I don't have to worry about him anymore, I will get to sit down and start being creative and rearrange some of the parts between the extra ones I got and doing some painting. And you might think, well, what color would you paint him? Hello, Cliff Jumper. Or I can even do something completely different. Maybe put his head on somebody else's body. Or I can even do, and this is one of the things I've been trying to find different heads for, putting his different heads, like human heads, and making these like exosuits, like in Halo or something. Here he is with one of my favorite figures. This is Edison from the Microman figures from 1999-ish. This is actually Super Edison from the Super Microman series, which I think was the second wave. I'm not 100% sure. This originally was the Magna Wave. I think the second one was this. It had this weirdly weird thing, and this has always been like this. It didn't lose. It's always been this like loose diaper thing. Is what I always joked about. And then later they became secret breasters. Yeah, secret breasters because this part right now, it's probably too hot. It changes colors from heat, and there's a little laser in all of them. That's their special gimmick. They have, well, actually Super didn't have it. They did have the magnets though. But the laser ones, the laser Microman, and then the secret breaster ones, which was really just repaints with heat-activated chest plates and really cool, like more terrain colors. This is Arthur, by the way, and he had, you have like this flight-looking backpack, but it's really technically a battery backpack, and it's, charges like the light from here and the LED lights in his chest. But these are the absolute favorite fan figure ones. These are my favorite action figures. But they go with this pretty well. I mean, because, I pretend like, in the original, have you ever seen MRR, Machine Robo, not Machine R Robo Rescue? That's a more kiddie series. But in the 70s, GoBots from the 80s, actually, I guess it was the 80s, Machine Robo in Japan was a great cartoon series, especially Battle Hackers. I love Battle Hackers. But in America, it became GoBots. They used the same toys, which I love the toys, but the cartoon, not so much. But anyway, Machine Robo were like this size to humans, and they walked around. Technically, he's not 1/18 either. Technically, he's 8 centimeters tall, but he's actually life size. That's how tall they really are when they come to Earth. So, but anyway, it's kind of like Machine Robo, where the robots are like side kind of like servants, and they walk around and go, here, I need you to go over there and drill this. So he turns it to a drill and goes drill it. I'm just talking about the one. Look up Machine Robo Chronos War. There's a few of them in English. I had the VHS tapes way back in the 80s. I still have them. They're in there. Now I got the DVDs too. But anyway, I'm babbling. I just get so excited and I just can't hide it, and I'm about to explode, and I think I like it. But his stand, you're like going, what about this stand? Does that work? Yes, it does. It works very well. Guess what? He doesn't need a stand. I'll show you why. Look, he stands, he's very well balanced. I mean, look, you can almost put him in every pose and he can go for it. I like to put him sideways, like, ah! It's like his arm fell off. All right, so they're very sturdy though. You can put him in all kinds of poses. They are such great figures. But yeah, and they're only $4.84. I mean, my Walmart today, when I went there and I just like, I'm going to buy one every time I go to Walmart. And I only go to Walmart like maybe twice a week, at the most. But, unless it's an emergency, which I don't think I've had an emergency. But anyway, they were down to just 3 boxes left. And this was not one of the poly-sealed ones, which is newer. It was just one of the first ones, I guess, that came out. So there's only 3 more left at my Walmart. So that's a good thing. That means that they'll be buying more of them. Because I did hear a strawberry shortcake. The reason that Walmart's not getting them is because nobody's buying the original strawberry shortcakes. And I was like, probably because you put them on the bottom shelf and nobody can see them down there. That's my honest opinion. I'm very upset because I kind of want articulated action figure versions of strawberry shortcake. But whatever. I'm okay. I don't really need anything else in my life. I'm content. And I hope you are too. And even if I'm tempting you, buy it. At the same time, I hope you know that if you can't afford it, you may think that $4.84 is not much money until you're starving to death and it can buy you a burger. I hope you guys have a great day. And if I don't see you next week or tomorrow or even, in a year from now, maybe I'll see you in the air.